up right now from the right and rotating that beautiful big Lockheed C-130. That's carrying the Navy leapfrogs right now, 11 of the U.S. Navy's finest. Major Scott Petrie is in command of the C-130 today, and sitting in the right seat we have Major Kirk Baker. The navigator is the 130 aircraft, the Lockheed C-130. You see climbing out, doing a super job, and they're going to be showing you some of the capabilities of the Lockheed C-130 here in just a little while. Once again, as the show comes, and he's rolling now as you look to the center of the airshow area and the smoke comes on, Mr. Ron Cox. To you by KBJQ, Q102 FM, the station that North Valley is moving to. Ron twisting and turning this airplane around all the way up to the top. Stops the airplane on a point and then snap rolls the airplane back down its upline. And the heat is on. The fantastic roll rate you see on this airplane is rolling at 400 degrees per second. Started building and flying model airplanes from an early age. He started building and flying these things at 5 years old. You can see he's come a long way from there. Pushing the airplane around again and very, very hard on the body, the outside turnaround, pushing about 3 negative G's on him. And executing a series of point rolls coming down. Notice how the airplane rolls and snaps right into each 90-degree position. You have to look at the view from inside that airplane to truly appreciate what's going on here. As he's completing those rolls, the world is spinning around and around and around inside that cockpit. Putting out 300 horsepower. Ron being brought to you today by
Union 76, the truck stop family restaurant. Yesterday we wrapped up the mini shows, had a great show over at the Albertsons Hilltop Shopping Center, and gave away a bunch of prizes.
Is he around?
Crashburn T. Throttle Bottom, and you're from where?
I'm from the Acme Duck Company. You see, he called me in a big panic. Told me that a famous Airshow announcer from down under told him in order to be a famous Airshow pilot, he had to have something that I've got.
He had to have something that you've got, and all of your
jumpers left from 2.5 miles up in the air. They're traveling at 120 miles per hour, about 176 feet per second. We have 2 good canopies. Once the smoke burns out, they'll canopy trellis work. The United States Navy parachute team is from San Diego, California. They work out at the Naval Amphibious Base in Coronado. All members are from Special Warfare, the SEAL teams out there, better known as Frogmen or Navy SEALs. All members of the team are career-oriented petty officers and experts in their field. They're a highly jumpers canopy. Once this is completed, the top jumper will hook his lines in the center suspension lines, completing what we call a stack. Once a stack is completed, the top jumper will then slide down until it appears he's standing on the shoulders of the bottom jumper, hooking his feet behind the front riser, completing what we call a biplane. From the biplane configuration, other formations can be built: the side plane, a down plane, a corkscrew. And what we have here is a completed biplane. The top jumper does all the steering. These canopies are Pursuit 230s, and they're in the traditional colors of the Navy, blue and gold. We get a lot of questions asked, and one of them is, how come we don't use two chutes? Unlike the conventional old rigs with the parachute, their second one was located on their front-mounted reserve. These are called a piggyback system, where we do carry a reserve parachute, and it's located right above our main parachute.
I think so.
Some of the parachute team records is the largest formation ever built out of a formation is a 25-man dynamo. That was flown out of Mobile, California. And they're maneuvering their canopies for their final approach. You notice their hands, they pull down with on their topples here, and they'll come in for a nice tippy-toe landing. In full brakes, or pulling down fully on these canopies, you have about a 2-mile-an-hour forward speed. And they'll brake and flare for a nice stand-up landing. Good after Kevin Blackwell, good after Gary Young. Travel about 40 miles per hour toward the Earth. It'll break this into a down plane. If you notice the T on top, the two top jumpers are steering the bottom man there. Now we have some smoke. And they're directing that drag plane toward the target. And they let him go. That's like a triple E ride at Disneyland. The jumpers spend about 2 to 3 years on the team before going to their regular duties in the SEAL team. They average about 500 or 600 jumps a year, and a nice flare for tippy-toe landing. And our final 3 jumpers are bringing it low, and they're going to land this T for you. Are designed again for canopy relative work, and they're all reinforced. The center sails and the 2 side sails are reinforced so the canopies don't collapse as easy while performing these type of maneuvers. As soon as all the jumpers are down, we'd like to go ahead and introduce them to you, tell you where they're from, how long they've been in the Navy, and how many jumps they have. Well, the guys are gathering.
Major Petrie has the end of the runway in sight right now. As I said before, he's going to be trying to get this airplane stopped in the shortest distance he can. He doesn't have much of a headwind to work with today. He's only got probably 6 or 7 knots of headwind, so he's going to be bringing this airplane in and trying to stop it in the shortest possible distance. Leapfrogs being paraded in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. The United States Navy Leapfrogs. A wonderful job, guys. A wonderful job. Doing what they do best out there, leaping. The U.S. Navy Leapfrogs were brought to you today and tomorrow by the Reading 76 Truck Stop Family Restaurant. Look now to the right as this big C-130 with all his landing lights on touches down, smoke off the wheels, the nose comes down, the props go into beta pitch. Look at the prop tips, they're streaming vapor as this machine goes into beta pitch. He got that down and stopped at about 800 to 900 feet there. That's a huge airplane to change from a landing configuration, flying in, touching down, getting all those wheels down and solid, and then bringing the airplane to a complete stop. The big pods that you see out there on the wings are long-range fuel tanks on this aircraft. Rounded up down there.
Okay, Crashburn, where's my 995?
I'm sorry, Duck Lady, but me and Ace the Wonder Dog are broke. How about taking a ride in my airplane instead?
No, I just want my money.
Gee, Will, I guess you'll just have to repossess the ducks, and we'll go back to Moose Breath where we came from. Bye, everybody. Get the
I think that they ought to go back to Moose Jaws. The Duck Lady should go with him, lady.
Off in less than 4,000 feet with a 16,000-pound munitions load. This short field takeoff ability makes the A-10 uniquely capable of operating from small airfields and highways. The A-10's twin General Electric turbofan engines are smokeless and much quieter than other engines of comparable size. This is an outstanding aid in achieving tactical surprise when attacking from very low altitudes. An additional feature of the turbofan engine is low fuel consumption. In the ferry configuration, the A-10 can fly over 2,100 miles on its own fuel. With in-flight refueling, it is deployed without any en route stops to the European theater. The A-10 was designed with survivability as a key feature. The pilot, as well as the critical flight controls, are where Captain King is now positioning for a high-speed pass. As he passes show center, he will demonstrate the rolling capability of the A-10. Completing this maneuver, Captain King will perform a classic aerobatic maneuver, the Cuban 8. Pulling his aircraft through the vertical, he will position the A-10 45 degrees nose low in inverted flight. He will then roll to an upright position and continue his dive to 500 feet above the ground. Captain King will then initiate a second 6G pull-up and repeat the maneuver in the opposite direction. In its close air support role, the A-10 will deliver devastating firepower to destroy targets in close proximity to our ground forces. It can carry a wide variety of modern weapons, including highly accurate precision-guided munitions, such as American missile and laser-guided bombs. As Captain King completes this act with Cuban 8, he'll perform a level 360-degree turn. This outstanding maneuverability enables the A-10 to work effectively under marginal weather conditions. The A-10 turn radius in this maneuver is only 1,600 feet. This tight turn radius allows the A-10 to deliver forward firing ordnance from long ranges and then turn to avoid overflying the threat. Captain King is now positioning for a simulated strafe pass. The A-10's 30mm Gatling gun provides the pilot with a weapon that has a devastating effect on enemy tanks. The 30mm projectile delivers 7 times the destructive energy of the more conventional 20mm round. Turning for a second strafe attack, it will take the aircraft just 17 seconds to be back into firing position. Two A-10s working together, as would normally be the case, will be able to deliver ordnance on the target every 8 to 10 seconds. After this last strafe attack, Captain King will...
The recovery. Snap roll on the top of the loop. Right back down again. 4 or 5 feet off the runway, and he rolls into a series of left-hand rolling rolls. Straight up on the upline, just the big blue sky as his reference up there. Leo rolls the airplane around and around in a vertical roll, all the way up to the top, and then a double, triple snap roll down on the recovery. Out now, 1, 2, 3, 4. One complete 360-degree turn interrupted at each 90-degree interval. The 4-point roll. 1 1/2 outside step. The second side now of the loop with a difference. This is the square loop, ladies and gentlemen. This is where it gets scary. Looking at the round, rushing up at him now at about 190 miles per hour, hauling back on the stick, pulling about 4.5 to 5 Gs at that point, and immediately going into an 8-point roll. Look at where Leo works wrong. Ground level is his zero reference. Up over the top of the octagon or the giant stop sign in the sky. 6, 7, and the bottom, the 8-sided or octagonal loop. 2 points of a 4-point roll on the vertical line going up. As we notice way high above Leo up there, we see one of the members of the Italian crop dusting team. Double snap rolling right into the outside turn, converting it to an inside turn. And rolling the airplane around and around and around again. You have to see this from inside the cockpit to once again, fully inverted, pushing against the straps as he's pushing across there about 3.5 negative Gs. Rolling once again to the inverted on the top and converting from an outside loop to an inside loop. Winds it up with 2 to the right and then slowly unwinds it with outside snaps, stopping each quarter turn.
Good job, guys.
Once again, so this is a maneuver that was invented by Mr. Charlie Hilliard of the United States Aerobatic Team. This is the maneuver where the airplane is literally hung on its prop and the torque of the engine produces the rolling motion that you see from the aircraft. One quarter right, a 3/4 left, and Leo pulls the airplane up for a roll pullover. Building up speed once again. This is the maneuver that resembles the coiled cobra. This is called the cobra roll. Facing the crowd, again, hard left rudder for a hammerhead turnaround. Once again, look at the separation from this airplane, about 5 or 6 feet above the ground at maximum. Leo pulls up for the inside or barnstormer's loop, snap rolls to knife-edge flight, and continues across. He uses the ground and he's giving you his big wave as he goes by inverted here, tip smoke on, main engine smoke on, and that tail is scant 3 or 4 feet over the runway. Turned around now and heading back towards Airshow Center, Leo holds the airplane upside down and gives a big Bud Light 200 wave. Team America for the first of their crossover rolls. For the machete box. 4-point roll going straight up to the top. Triple snap on the down line. Vertical turnaround. Brian Sanders pulling the airplane up once again, rolling it over all the way over the top to the inverted configuration. Once again, Brian Sanders passing from the right, rolls the airplane inverted. From the inverted position, he'll push forward stick, pushing about 3.5 or 4 G's negative. As I said before, this is the maneuver that makes all the blood rush to the bald spot. All the way up to the top, the 1.5 rolls around, back again to the inside configuration, and all the way back to right side up. Mr. Barney Register, smoke comes on, and this is for all the ladies in the audience today at Reading. This is the giant heart in the sky. And again, ladies and gentlemen, for all the ladies in the audience today, get your cameras ready again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second of Team America's crossover rolls. Today, being flown by Mr. Brian Sanders, is performing the top hat maneuver. All the way up the front edge of the hat, across the top or the crown of the hat. Down the other side, once again, looking here at about 260, 270 miles per hour and about 5.5 G's out of the bottom. He pulls out for the right-hand brim of the top hat maneuver. All 3 aircraft arriving right at Airshow Center right about the same time, and all 3 aircraft gliding up into this big, blue, beautiful Reading sky. Watch now as all 3 of these aircraft form up together. Very difficult to get all 3 of these airplanes in place at the same time. Mr. Chuck Lisher out there in front. Mr. Barney Register just dropped into his position on the right wing. And you see Brian Sanders up there dropping into position on the left wing position. Once again, no more than 3 or 4 feet separating these aircraft from each other. From Cameron Park, 1,000 hours, and he's a former naval aviator. Watch now, ladies and gentlemen, as directly towards you at Airshow Center, this is Team America in the vertical bomb burst. Again, crossing from left and right. Catch me if you can around the inside of the loop. Now watch very carefully. They are now in trail formation for the first of this double loop. Now watch as all three aircraft combine together for the second loop. Here they come, converging on each other right now. The number 2 aircraft dropping in right there on the left wing. The number 3 aircraft forming up on him. And whilst performing this loop, you'll see all three aircraft drop into the V formation for the second, which is a V loop. Wave program, wave a hat, wave something. Mr. Chuck Lisher in the lead aircraft. Mr. Barney Register in the number 2 aircraft. And flying trail today, the slot man, Mr. Brian Sanders from Chino, California. Team America. Right high above you, ladies and gentlemen, caught me, Dr. Bateson. Putting this airplane through his maneuvers, started out his routine today with a 4-turn spin coming down and converted that into an inside-O barnstormer's loop. Immediately pulling into a second roll over the top now as he gets to the top. Pulls the stick hard back into his lap to snap roll on the top of the loop. Up to the top of the hammerhead turnaround, hard left rudder, and back on the downline again. You've heard us talk about it before, the Octo Cubano, the Cuban H. Being trimmed and configured. As you notice, we had a United departure and an American arrival again, slotting these standard commercial arrivals and departures right into the airshow sequence. Everything flowing together very well today. You're looking for them, or if you've lost anything, that's the place you're going to find it, back there at the Lost and Found department. So if you can't find somebody, if you've lost your kids, you've lost your friends, that's where you go back to. That's the Lost and Found department back there. Yeah. And that's a good place to meet them.
Rev it up.
Snowbirds testing their smoke systems out there, creating an instant IFR condition.
With me right now is Mr. John Duncan, and he's the division manager of Pacific Gas.
Lord, can you?
And ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Snowbirds are very proudly being brought to you this year at Reading 1989 by the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company. Brakes are off, and I see those Canadair Tudor jet aircraft rolling down the runway here, headed right for the north. They're going to be taking off and going off into a holding pattern, and we'll be starting their show in about 5 or 10 minutes. From the Royal Canadian Air Force, the Snowbirds. T-33 you're going to be seeing in a moment. Red Knight. Red Knight is a Lockheed T-33 built under license by Canada and is powered by a Rolls-Royce 10 engine. Produces about 5,100 pounds of thrust. The Red Knight is a maximum gross weight of 16,000 miles per hour. One feature unique to this T-33 is the custom-designed tip tank smoke system, which greatly enhances the visibility of the jet. It also, once again, was designed as a right down here in front of us at Airshow Center. Very proudly watching Mr. Frank Sanders put this Lockheed T-33 through its paces. Going through a Cuban four-point roll, rather, through Airshow Center. Frank immediately pulls the airplane up into the big horizontal 8 on its side, the Cuban 8. Top and bottom side of this Cuban 8, the bottom side, of course, about 50 feet above the ground. And the top side about 3,500 feet up, so a giant Cuban 8 in the sky. This airplane was common to many Air Forces of the United States. Mr. Frank Sanders is in there, of the Sanders family. You hear that whistling model come by. Give him a wave, take off your hat and give it a wave. In fact, now would be a real good time to stand up for a 7th inning stretch. Why doesn't everybody stand up and take a break here for a moment? All come up onto your feet and give him a big wave.
Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Snowbirds, 1989. Of aerial performances. That's right, as Major Dempsey leads all 9 aircraft through the Big Diamond Roll.
got him.
Let's listen to Major Dempsey call the next formation change to Arrow and watch the two line astern pilots, Captain Bjorn Kjær and John Lowe, simultaneously move into position. Completing this loop, Bjorn and John will separate from the main formation to set up for their next maneuver. Now look left and right. Our two solos are running in for opposite direction loops. During this co-loop, aircraft in the center. To his immediate left is Captain Steve Will from North Bay, Ontario, and Captain Daryl Shyak from Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, and to his right, Captain Shane Antea from Stratford, Ontario, and Captain Dale Hackett from Burlington, Ontario. California sky from the snowbird.
Look at the other one.
Close. Split now. Solos, roll now.
The two inner pilots, Shane Antea and Steve Will. Followed now by the outers, Dale Hackett and Daryl Shyak. Aircraft during the roll.